If you don't know me, my name is Denise Duffield-Thomas. I'm a money mindset mentor. I'm a best-selling author and I'm creator of the Money Bootcamp. I am a multi-millionaire and I still work on my money blocks every single day. And now I help entrepreneurs like you to identify and clear your money blocks so you can earn the money you deserve and break through your income plateau. Hey there, gorgeous. Let's talk about money blocks. What are money blocks? Now, you might have found this video by even searching money blocks or something like, why can't I make more money? Maybe you're feeling conflicted about money right now. Maybe you're starting a new business and you're freaking out about how much to charge. Or you're procrastinating sending out an invoice and you're wondering what's going on. You know what? You might even be wondering if in fact you have money blocks. And spoiler alert, you do. And so do I. And so does every single one of the tens of thousands of entrepreneurs that I've worked with over the last decade. So, what are money blocks? If you haven't been around my community or you haven't read one of my best-selling books, you might not have heard of the term money blocks before. Now, the concept of money blocks in itself is kind of strange because on the surface, why wouldn't we want to make more money? It's kind of weird when you think about it. And that's why you have to be vigilant and constantly work on them. So how do you know if you have them and what do you actually do about money blocks? So in my books, like my book, Chillpreneur, I describe a money block as anything that holds you back from making the money that you want. This is usually an underlying belief or fear about money. You might not be aware of all of them, but they are there. Sometimes it's a completely hidden story that sabotages you in really sneaky ways. So for example, a lot of people don't think that they have any money blocks. They just think, well, maybe I'm not good enough at business yet, or maybe I'm not meant to be rich, or maybe you think you have to work harder or you're not qualified enough yet. And it's way too easy to think that you're not making enough money because it's something outside of yourself. You know, like it's the economy, all my clients are broke, or it's Mercury retrograde, or any other kind of random excuse outside of yourself. Now, don't get me wrong. There are external factors that can totally impact what you earn now. But believing that you can't do anything about those factors and start earning more, well, you know what? That's an inside job that you can control and you can tip the odds in your favor. So just make sure that your excuses aren't money blocks. And spoiler alert, they're totally money blocks. So for example, if you're constantly telling yourself that clients just can't afford your current rates, well, you can do something about that. You can up-level your marketing to make your value clearer, or you can find a new target market that's more aligned to your pricing. It's not true that people can't afford you. Now, if your excuse is, well, the economy sucks right now, well, there are a lot of different ways that you could still help people and get paid for it. If you're too busy to create passive income right now, well, maybe you could raise your prices, take on less clients, free up some time by hiring some help. There are lots of different ways that you can make more money with exactly what you have right now. But the idea is that you control what you earn. So how do you know if you have money blocks? Look, I'm just going to go out on a limb here and say, yes, you do. You have them. Trust me, you have them. You do. And why am I so sure of that? I know that because every person does. I don't know a single entrepreneur, even the very successful ones, who still don't deal with some form of money block. And that totally includes me, even though I teach it. I teach this stuff and I still have money blocks. So, you know that famous author Zig Ziglar? He always talks about motivation and mindset work as like having a daily shower. You have to do it forever because it doesn't last. You have to do it all the time. And working on your money blocks is the same. Shifting your blocks isn't like a one-time cure thing. In fact, every time you hit a new level in your business, you're going to see the same old money blocks crop up again and again. But the good news is that you'll start to recognize them and you'll deal with them much quicker each time. But meanwhile, I want you to really get this idea. If you want to make more money and it's just not happening for you right now, it's not something outside of you. It's your money blocks. And the good news is that you can have money blocks and still make money all the time. So you might just think, why do I even have these blocks in the first place? So a lot of people have this underlying fear that it's not safe to be rich. It's not safe to have more money. And deep down, you probably have stories about what more money will lead to. And some of those you fear will have negative outcomes, which is kind of weird, right? Because on the surface, you're like, I want to make more money, but you also have conflicting feelings about it. So it's really kind of a protective mechanism that stops us from this perceived kind of harm. Okay, here are some things that I hear a lot and see how many of them ring a bell for you. I'm just not meant to be rich. I'm just not meant to. And sometimes this shows up as like, well, my family wasn't rich, so this is just who I am. Maybe yours is making money has to be really hard. I have to work really hard to make it. Maybe you're feeling really guilty about making money when other people are struggling. Maybe you say something like this, I just want to help people. I don't care about the money, Denise. I just want to help people. Yeah, that's a money block too. Maybe you have stories about rich people who are greedy and selfish. Maybe you worry that people won't like you as much if you make more money. Maybe you're worried about what your partner or your parents or your friends will say if you make more money than them. Maybe you say stuff like, well, I just want to be happy. I don't care about being rich. That's a money block too. And once you know how your particular money block shows up, you can keep an eye out for it so it doesn't sabotage you. So for example, let's take that really common one. I have to work really hard to make money. And if you have this block, you probably find that you actively sabotage yourself to make it a self-fulfilling prophecy. You might resist delegating. So you do have to do everything yourself. And then you procrastinate. So you have to pull all-nighters to finish your work. So you have to work really hard to make money. But when you catch yourself doing these destructive behaviors, you can stop in the moment and remember that it's just a money block. And you can control how you act in those situations. All right, here's how to stop struggling with those money blocks. Now, some people find that just identifying them is enough to dissolve it. And it's awesome when that happens, but some blocks can be a lot more stubborn than that. And if you struggle with one that just refuses to shift, no matter how hard that you have worked, I have the perfect solution for you, and it's totally free. I created a free masterclass to help you identify your particular block and help you clear it too. I'm going to walk you step by step through recognizing yours and then learning how to deal with them too. And in particular, I'm sharing 7 of the most common money blocks that I see. So you can get that free today from denisedt.com/blocks. Money blocks don't have to derail you. You can embrace them and move on to creating a first-class life for you and your family. But it starts with that awareness. The first step to clearing your money blocks is to go through my free training. And again, that link is denisedt.com/blocks. All right, gorgeous. Thanks for dropping by. It is your time and you're totally ready for the next step. Bye.